Hello everyone, my name is Cherie and today I'm here to give you my favorite books I read in 2016. So first of all, I wanted to wish everyone a happy new year, and secondly, hi, how are you guys? How have you guys been? It's been a while since I made a video. I think the last video I made was in August. I was a little busy the last few months of 2016, but now I'm back to talk about the books I read in 2016. So it looks like I read 22 books in 2016. That definitely does not meet my goal of 50 books I wanted to read in 2016. Also, remember that bucket list video I made earlier about the books I wanted to read in 2016? Just pretend that video doesn't exist because I did not read any of those books. Now, before I talk about my favorite reads, I want to at least list the books that I did read in 2016. The Circle by Dave Eggers, Where'd You Go Bernadette by Maria Semple, New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, Morning Star by Pierce Brown, Dark Lover by J.R. Ward, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, Conversion by Katherine Howe, Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes, A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, Armada by Ernest Cline, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, Girl of Nightmares by Kendare Blake, Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer, Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and The Force Awakens by Alan Dean Foster. I also reread Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets sometime this year, but for some reason I didn't put it on my list, so I guess I ended up reading 23 books this year. So those are the books I read in 2016, and out of those, there were 4 of them that just stuck with me all year. But before I get to those 4, I do have one honorable mention, and that is Conversion by Katherine Howe. So this is a young adult, I'm going to call it a contemporary. It might be considered more of a thriller, but I can't remember how it was marketed. I feel like it was more marketed as a thriller. So if you don't know what this is about, this story is set in Salem, Massachusetts, and it alternates between modern day and the 1700s. We have 2 narrators, one in present day, her name is Colleen, and she's going through all the stress of filling out applications for college. And then in the 1700s, our narrator is Anne Putnam, and she was part of the witch trials back then, but apparently history forgot about her. In modern day, there's this mysterious illness plaguing the girls at this school, and some people are trying to figure out if this illness has anything to do with what happened during the Salem witch trials. I really enjoyed this book while I was reading it, and definitely if you do pick this up, definitely don't consider it a thriller. Go with it just to read about the characters and consider it just like a contemporary. So now on to my favorites, and at number 4 I have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I'm pretty sure most people on BookTube know about the Infernal Devices. It is a prequel to the Mortal Instruments. I read 3 of the Mortal Instruments books this year, and I ended up picking this one up, and I have to say, yes, I understand. There are a lot of people who say if you don't like the Mortal Instruments, definitely pick up Infernal Devices because you're going to like it, and I can see that because I definitely like the Infernal Devices better than I do the Mortal Instruments. Of course, I've only read one of the books so far, but I definitely want to continue on with the trilogy and finish it in 2017. At number 3, I have The Circle by Dave Eggers. I wanted to read this book this year because I knew there was a movie coming out sometime, but I believe the movie comes out in 2017, so I'm definitely ahead of the game here. So this book is about this girl. She ends up going to work for this internet company, and this internet company is like a mixture of Google, Facebook, and Twitter rolled into one. Maybe even a little Tumblr in there. But she goes to work for this internet company, and it's her life while she's working there. She ends up meeting all these different people. There's a lot of questions about privacy and how private your life should be, and how much of your life should you include others? Should you include your family or your friends? And when I say life, I mean online life. It was definitely an intriguing read, and it might be one that I end up going back to just to see if I missed something the first time around. At number 2, I have The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I remember when this book came out, it was a huge bestseller. A lot of people were talking about it, but I never got a chance to get to it. I'm very happy I got to it this year. It is the story of this girl who dies. It's not a spoiler. It's in the opening flap. And I think it's like the first sentence of the book as well. But we follow her while she's in heaven, and then we also follow her family and see how they're coping with her death. I really enjoyed this book. I read this book over the summer. I thought this book was a very good read. And if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you do. There's also a movie. I think it was on Netflix a while ago, and I've seen the movie before, but this book is so much better. And at number 1, I have Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I'm pretty sure you could have guessed what my number 1 book of the year was after I read off all the books that I read. So this is the final book in the Red Rising trilogy. The second book in the trilogy, Golden Sun, was my favorite book of 2015, so it's only fitting that this would be my favorite book of 2016. We continue the journey with Darrow and how he deals with everything that happened in Golden Sun. This book is sci-fi, it is a space opera. There were so many emotions I had while I was reading this book, and I cannot wait until August because the first book of a spin-off series of this trilogy is coming out, although I am a little frightened of what might happen to some of my favorite characters. So those are my favorite books of 2016. I love to know what your favorite books are. Let me know some of your favorite books or if you have any recommendations on books that I need to read in 2017. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!